Hi everyone, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Just want to make sure everyone can hear me. But yeah, just want to say hi and welcome to the stream. And I'm looking to have a good time tonight. We're going to be looking into a couple different people. We're gonna be, well, not peoples, but we're looking into Venus and Mars, and just want to say welcome to everyone, because it's gonna be a good night. Because once again, we are going off and looking at aliens. Also, Elise, thank you for joining, and welcome to my little sun rays. Or I like to call us all just little suns because we're fun and we have lots of fun here. Whether we are doing just a good time, do. So, yeah, I'm gonna wait for more people to come in because we're gonna have a good time. It'll be good. It's aliens, and who doesn't love a good alien or five? Well, maybe some people don't like aliens, but I like aliens because, well, who doesn't like a good alien or so? So, hi Armando. Hello, hello, and welcome to the channel, the chat. I don't know what cards I'm going to use tonight, but let me tell you, I have been on a roll today. I'm like 4 videos deep already. So I've been doing a ton of videos today. I've been doing, oh yeah, I got some real fun ones coming up here for the next couple days. So I'm really excited to show them and the such. So yeah, I'm super excited. Just got done filming a ton of those, and oh boy, my poor computer. Uh, So I'm probably going to keep it pretty short tonight, to be 100% honest, because my little laptop does not like to stream a lot anymore. So I'm trying not to like wear it out 100%. So I will be doing some. I'm going to give it till about 6:10, and then we get started about aliens and such. So I think what we're going to start with, though, are definitely the landscape tarot is definitely a set I want to look at and use tonight. And then I might just use my regular Rider-Waite tarot. I'm not 100% certain yet, but this is the deck that's been really fun and has been wanting to do a lot of readings today. So I'm like, might as well go with the flow of things, shall we? So that's what I have over here. So, yeah, that's what we got. That's what we're doing. We're having a good time. Otherwise, how's everyone's week? How's everyone just been like the first month of January 2025? How's everyone doing with everything? Because let me tell you, I have been just like, what the heck is going on? So you see there, I don't know. I got this going on, that going on, and everything else in between. So oh, it's been a lot. A lot of different things have been going down in, I don't know, my life. So I don't know about all y'all as well. Let me know if you feel like sharing. You don't have to. But like, I have just been like on like an emotional roller coaster of a lot of high highs, a lot of low lows. And I'm like, if this is what my 2025 is going to be, pray for my sanity. So it's been a lot of that for me, and a lot of readings, and I'm feeling pretty good. I've got some good stuff coming. I've had a lot of fun people as well. Oh, it's nice that you've been doing well, Armando. I'm glad that your 2025 has been phenomenal and pretty good this time of year. It's been fun. It's been a year. So, yeah. All right. We'll give it a little bit more time here. Uh, Probably not a ton more. Just because, again, my laptop does not like live streams. It tries. It tries. And again, I'm looking for. so I'm trying to keep them a little bit quicker. So, and we're going to be going through both Venus and Mars. So it should be fun. We're going to be looking at stuff. And I have done a Mars reading before, like what's Mars all about? How has it been? Who's it been? And the such. So, like, we've actually had a ton, like, I've done a lot of, I've done a couple things with space. And I think on my Mars one, I found, like, that was a really interesting reading, but I'm really, really excited to kind of redo it because I've definitely have, like, a different style now. And I've definitely, I think, a little bit more in tune with stuff kind of going around and the such. So that's what I kind of have going on. And then I've been going on my coffee kick. Also, it started to warm up where I'm at, and it's been, instead of like negative 11 out, we've had it like hit like the 30s, the 40s, and I'm like, oh, it's so nice. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm very excited about all the nicer weather that we have been getting as well where I'm at. So it's been good for me and the such. And then, ooh, I made up some really good beef stew actually this week, and that's been probably some of my favorite. It's been my favorite recipes so far of 2025 that I've liked, along with all the baking hacks that I've been learning, because eggs are so expensive. And I'm like, y'all, eggs should not be as expensive as they are. I'm sorry, I just don't believe it. So I'm like, yogurt, Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, or applesauce is a great alternative for all my bakers out there if you don't know or you're just looking at things. So that's what I got. And then now, all right, been shuffling here for a bit now. And so I'm gonna probably start getting into it. People who kind of join. If you don't, you don't. Let me know. I'll be checking in on chat every little once in a while. But otherwise, we're gonna go straight into the reading and kind of look into what's going. So welcome everyone to the channel, to the stream, to the live. And let's kind of get into what we have going on with our aliens on Mars. And I want to see if there's any life forms on Venus. Because, you know, what is it? It's called like the golden circle around the sun. Heidi Montag. Haven't done her research yet for Heidi Montag. Because I haven't done that yet. I've got a few, like I said, I've had a few other things that I've been working on. What was it? I have some fun ones. I have like the whole Cyrus family 2025. Strap in, boys and girls. We've got a messy 2025 for them. And then we've also got, what is it? I think we have, we got a Benjamin Franklin video coming out. I got one on the Obamas coming out. And what's the other one? And then I actually did one on the Potomac River plane crash as well. So I've got some interesting things coming out from there. So those will be out later tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. So keep an eye out for those. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, and I got the Sprouse Brothers. Yes, I also have that coming as well. I think that's going to be tomorrow's project on top of, I have some private readings that I plan on doing tomorrow. So if you've ordered a private reading, they should be coming tomorrow is my day. So I'm really excited for a couple cool videos that are going to be coming out, and I want to thank everyone so much for putting in suggestions and just putting in your suggestions, giving them all to me, and so I'm really excited and I'm really thankful for everyone who gives me suggestions, because sometimes I'm like, what's going on? Because I do work a couple as well. Yeah, yep. Daryless Samurai. Yeah, I did the reading earlier today, and I was like, let me tell you, I do not know why, but I was up at 2 a.m. this morning, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? It's 2 a.m. Why am I up? First thing I do is I open my phone because I'm like, I can't go back to sleep. And it's like the plane crash. I'm like, when the frickety frick frack did this happen? So I'm like, it's like, I don't, it was a very weird read. It's not weird reading, but I have a lot of questions that came from it. So, all right, it's 6:10. I think we're going to get started in on the aliens and the reading. So, let's strap on in and we're going to have a good time. I don't know how long. We'll see. We'll see how long this reading lasts, but otherwise, let's get into what's kind of going on. What we're going to start with first is we're going to start with Mars because Mars, excuse me, is the one everyone's kind of more interested about. And again, I have done a reading on Mars before, but we're going to see what we can get, different ideas, different things, and the such. So, and how I want to put it is in context of the whole universe. I did a reading a while back. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's like the Earth was like the last place to be inhabited, it felt like, at one point in time. So we're going to start with Mars and kind of go from there. But quick disclaimer as we're going to get into this. Remember, everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all. Just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So without further ado, let's get into, was there life on Mars at one, and like, what was the life on Mars? Essentially, was there life on Mars? Let's just, is there life on Mars? Was there life on Mars? What was it? So let's take a look. So was there life on Mars? 8 of Pentacles. Our hard work did not pay off. We had to leave the coop here. We had to leave because what we had worked for did not end up working out. Why is this? Because of the Temperance card. Emotional imbalance, egos, pride. Also, financial influence here, the 4 of Pentacles. We had to give stuff away. We had to give everything away. We had to do different things that was not good for us. The 4 of Pentacles reversed. Hopes and fears here. 9 of Swords. We ruined our planet. We ruined our planet because the unseen obstacle here is the Lovers reversed. We disconnected from our land. We disconnected from our people. We disconnected from each other. What was going for us? The Wheel of Fortune, the galaxy. There was another place to go. There were other places to go within our galaxy. There were other places to go, and there was forces outside of them that were affecting the inner world of Mars. So it's like, I don't know what sort of planetary technology that they did have, but what I'm getting is there was very big life on Mars. They ruined their planet. They just ruined it completely. And a lot of it came from, how can we expand ourselves outside of our planet? So it's like we tried to control other people's things outside of our own planet, and we disregarded everything on our own. It's kind of similar to, it feels like, how Earth is going, where we are trying to go out and we are trying to conquer and we are trying to go towards new horizons, but we are refusing to take care of our own space, our own planet, our own people. What was going for them was the 8 of Wands. It's that they were able to rapidly expand and rapidly go out to different locations. They had technology that allowed them to leave quickly. Leave quickly? What do you... What was going for them? Technology, innovation, the society, building up of their civilization. They were a very advanced technology. And then here in the future, the Page of Wands, they went out, they put out their feelers, and then they went out to different places, things, and people, places, and or things. Again, if people would ask, were there aliens on Mars? I'm like, I don't think there were aliens on Mars. I think there were people on Mars. Where are the aliens here? Did I just say that? Whoops-a-daisy. Because what I'm seeing is... who's left on Mars? Sure, it's almost like that's like a tainted group if it is like still on Mars. But like before, they were a highly civilized group. They had to leave their planet because they just didn't give it, because they just didn't care. They neglected it. They went in. They wanted to go conquer everything else. They didn't want to work hard on their own peoples. They just wanted to conquer everything else. Whoops-a-daisies. So, where did they go? Where did people on Mars go? If they could just, because it feels like a lot of them just left the planet. So, where did they end up going? Because, like, it's a highly civilized, highly technologically advanced society. Like, you know how we have like these massive cities on Earth? Like, that's what it looks like. It legitimately does. So, what was it? Where did they go? Where did our lovely people of Mars go? Two of Cups, underground. They went underground. They went into the cave system where there was water, there's resources, and they're thought of as mythological creatures. Why is this? Because the Ten of Cups, this is where they could feel happy. This is where they could also thrive. This is where they could find people, places, and things. The financial influence, because they ruined the earth around them with the King of Pentacles. It's like there's no earth, there's no plants, there's no greenery, there's no nothing. Where they went was underground. Pretty darn obvious, because there's no lusher greenery. Hopes and fears here, the lovers, that they want to bring back the planet, but it's like they're unable to because of the taint. Also, what I'm getting, you know how we have like, there's the theories of the underground people, the people that live underground, and that's like the mole people. Like, are we sure that like the mole people aren't on Earth, but we're actually picking up are the people on Mars? Because that's what I'm getting here. It's like, sure, we can talk about mole people all we want, but the real mole people are on Mars, not on Earth. Because down here, the unseen obstacle is like, we can't revitalize. We can't rebuild. The Emperor reverse, but this is like, it looks like a giant city, right? And it's one of the only industrialized cards in this deck. So it's like, we can't rebuild because we don't have the resources. We destroyed the resources above ground, so it's like we can't bring them back. What's going for them, though, is the King of Cups. When they're underground, I don't know if there's underground oceans or underground, like, deposits of water. You know how on Earth we can find, like, these cave systems, right? And sometimes they're filled with water. They're teeming with life. That's what it kind of feels like here, is that they do have, like, a thriving ecosystem underground. Also, what's this that fell? But here in the past, the devil. Addictions. Mean, nasty shit going down. Again, they're the ones that ruined their own place where they had to go live underground, and here in the future, the Page of Cups. It's like there's no offer that we can do to kind of move forward. There's nothing that, it's like, we were naive. We can't leave. We can't move. We can't expand. We can't do this. We were just dumb and stupid. That's what it really looks like, and that's where they're at now. It's like they can't leave. They can't move. They can't do. That's what I'm seeing there. So, and it does look like it's a major, giant, catastrophic event. They've screwed their own planet over. So let's take a look at, you know how we're having all these projections now of Elon Musk is wanting us to go to Mars. We're sending humans to Mars. They want to repopulate it. They want to try and, I don't know, reignite their ozone layer that's completely gone. So I want to take a look at that. So let's take a look at, so say if, humans, Musk, he wants to go to Mars. What is their actual intention to go to Mars, and how would the people of Mars feel about that? How would the people or the beings that still live on Mars how would they feel about the help of Earth to kind of come and help them maybe rebuild their planet? Is it even possible? Two of Pentacles, they see this as inevitable, but it's also like you can try and balance both sides, but it's never going to work. It's like you have to drop one to get the other one. Why is this? Because we know you want to industrialize. However, look at this. There's a spider here in the corner of the card. Come on. And like that spider to me, it's like it almost gives me this like Black Widow vibes where it's like you come and you look small and you look like you aren't going to be able to do things, but you are deadly to the environment around you. It's like we know what you want. You're not going to find what you actually want. You're not going to be able to balance the two sides because you're just as poisonous to this land as we were. Also, if if they do from a financial, this is a fool's errand with the death card upright. It's like a fool's errand. It's like you can try and come in and start something new, however, and you can kind of come in and you can pluck the resources or the food that you want from here. However, that we see what you want and that they don't want to rebuild. They just want to come in, take, and then go. However, it's not going to work like they want to. It's just like, this isn't going to be hopes and fears here with the Ten of Swords. They want to rebuild. They want to bring life again up and going. However, they know that it's like we're at rock bottom. There's no way but up for these people. And the unseen obstacle is the Devil reverse, where it's like you need to come with pure intentions to kind of help this out. If you don't, you're effed, essentially. Because the Devil card reverse is giving me like impure intentions will be met with impure consequences. If you come with pure intentions, you will have pure intentioned outcomes. So it feels like the people of Mars just want to heal. They want to get away from the poison, the toxins, and everything else. However, they have been unable to, and if Earth tries to come in, and they are just another poison to the system. Because what else is going here? The star, or opposing energies. There are like beings out there, it feels like, that are not wanting humans to go to Mars. There's beings out there that kind of like, don't go there, you don't want to go there. Why would you go back? How do I want to? People, humans, mind you. You haven't learned from your mistakes, is what I keep hearing. You have not learned from your mistakes. So why go back and try to fix a mistake when you've already screwed up one planet, you're screwing up another, and now you want to go back and screw it up even more? And that's what it kind of feels like in this grand scheme of things, where it's like, you just keep screwing it up. What's going for us in this endeavor, the Eight of Swords reverse, which is humans are kind of like breaking out of some of them are breaking out of things. However, what this is really kind of leaning me towards is more of like the people of Mars are like, we're ready to heal. We're ready to leave this all behind. I almost wonder here if humans would go to Mars, it'd be like, why the hell are you here? Take us out of here. Get us out of here. That's what this kind of feels like. It's like they want out. They want to be gone. They don't want to stay there. It's not good. So why would you go there? It just makes no sense to them. Because here in the past, it's like, this is don't be stupid. Like, you see what this is. How can you not see what is going on here? It makes no gosh darn sense. With the Seven of Cups reversed, and here in the future it's the Magician. It's like you want to come in, take the resources, say what you need to say, and do it, and do what you want to do. And like what I'm seeing here is like the Martian people do want to, I think, talk to humans because they want to leave Mars, in my opinion. So that's what I'm kind of seeing. Like it's almost like I almost wonder if like there are beings that are trying to keep Mars people on Mars, because it's like, this is your doing. You get to live with your mistake. And I almost wonder if that's what's going on, where it's like, no, you guys don't get help. You guys got to figure your shit out. You're the ones that did this, so you're the ones who's got to fix it, and you got to figure out how to fix it. Again, people on Mars, I think, also get screwed. It feels like, in my opinion, they get screwed just as much as humans get screwed, because there's no power in this galaxy. Mars used to have it. However, they lost it because they decided to cannibalize themselves. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Um, what else do we have here when it comes to Mars? I want to see, can Mars actually be healed? Can Mars be healed from what's been done to it? Is it something that can be done through time? Is there like a technology out there that actually allows the people of Mars or the planet of Mars to heal? And then I also want to take a look at it in how much power did it actually have at one point in time. So let's take a look at Mars. And can the planet of Mars heal from the damage that was done to it? Could someone come in and reclaim that ozone layer and rebuild it back up? Could it? Is there anything of worth left on Mars? Is there anything of actual worth left on Mars? So let's take a look here. Looking at Mars, what is the, which one is this? So we're going to look at, can Mars be healed? Queen of Pentacles, yes. Why is this? The Page of Wands, reversed. So this can be a lush place again. However, it takes a lot of gutsy moves to do so. Also, for the resources, they need to completely change what they're doing right now. It's almost like, because with the tower upright, it's like they need to go up. They need to go up, and they need to start healing it themselves. You know how on WALL-E, we'll take a look at the WALL-E movie. You know how they're like, the humans, they had so much trash on the planet, and then like, but they never cleaned it up, and then they left expecting everything to be done and cleaned up for them when they came back. But then when they really did actually come back, they realized, no, we actually have to put in effort to do this. That's what it feels like for Mars. Can Mars heal? Yes, but people need to actually get up, do something about it. And this little crater that they're in, they need to get out of the crater. They need to come up from underground to do so. The hopes and fears here, though, is the Ace of Swords. It's like, this is a bigger issue than we thought. I also see here that when it comes to healing Mars, what's beneath the surface is more dangerous than what's above. I almost see this as there's landmines everywhere. Or there are certain areas that have like landmines or explosives, or are really, really hard to reclaim because they've just expanded so much and they've hurt themselves. It's like what is below is a lot bigger than what they see, and it's a really big cleanup effort. The unseen obstacle here, though, is the King of Pentacles reversed, which is, when I'm looking at the structure or the hierarchy within Mars, what I see is that there's like almost like a leader of the underground people that's like, no, this can't happen. We must stay underground. We must do this. We must do that. And like people kind of listen to this person because they're using fear-mongering tactics. And as they're using those fear-mongering tactics, people feel like it's hopeless. We can't do it. We can't do this. We can't do that. We can't go above ground. We can't heal our planet. We will forever be underground people because that's what we do. But it's like, if you didn't listen to this guy, you're going to be just fine. The other unseen obstacle here, or the opposing energy, is the Judgment reversed. Everyone blames themselves, and it's like they almost, I'm going to say this, it's almost like they hurt themselves, or they self-flagellate themselves, or they're just living in so much guilt that instead of doing something about it, they've just all become depressed about it. So instead of doing something, they're just kind of all just wallowing and saying, oh, we're just horrible. Oh, this is our punishment. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And in reality, it's just like, get up off your ass and do something about it. And that's what's needed to be done. If you did, you could start with like one section and you grow from there. Oh, goodness. This is kind of frustrating, actually, because what's going for them is the sun. Just look at it in a different freaking light. Jesus criminy. Yeah, the sun reversed. It's just like you can have happiness. However, you need to choose happiness. You need to choose change. You need to choose to do better. And instead of saying, oh, it is what it is, we're going to not do shit, you got to get up and do something because you have happiness. You can change it. It can be healed, but you just have to do something. Also, really sorry if, you're watching this and I'm like super like invigorated, or I'm like super like, how do I put this? Passionate. I'm a sustainability. I'm like I went to school for like renewable energy and sustainability, and I am heated because this is like my passion, and I love the earth, and I love planets and nature. Because here in the past, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Bad luck, bad opportunity. Like, you didn't put effort into yourselves, you dumbasses. Man. And then here in the future, the Nine of Cups, you can create oases on Mars. You can create these safe spots, these safe locations that have lush greenery. You're never going to be able to have the whole planet probably back to the way it was. However, you can put pockets together where you can survive and actually have thriving ecosystems above ground. Okay, okay, okay. I'm trying to calm down. Okay. All right. There's no use in me yelling at people who are probably never going to be able to watch this video. So, okay. But if y'all feel like this is what's happening with Earth, I'm like, we just got to do something. It's like, oh, it is what it is. But no, this is what we got to do. You fight. You say no. You don't let people take your land. You plant trees. We find ways to have electricity be in a way where we aren't destroying our planet and such. And it's pretty easy. All right. Okay. I think I gotta be done. No, we are not done with Mars. We gotta figure out what kind of power did they play within, what kind of power did they play within in the galaxy? What were they at one point in time? Because, like, let's take a look at what's going on with the Mars people, and what kind of power did they hold? Like, what was their status, not just in the galaxy, but within like the larger intergalactic empire sort of thing? Because I'm curious. I don't know if y'all are curious, but I have a good time learning about this sort of shit because I'm like, why not? Also, I do swear, so I apologize, but dang, I'm heated about this. It's annoying. So let's take a look at, come on, let's take a look at what was kind of like, where did Mars kind of stand when it came to like intergalactic like stuff. So let's take a look, see, shall we? So let's take a look. Where were they kind of in like this intergalactic sort of way? Like, how much power did they actually have? Did they have any? Again, I've seen the Milky Way, or our galaxy that we're in, I've seen it as XB9. I don't know why. Like, but that's what it feels like in like I don't know, whatever. But it's like, it's an outpost of sorts. Like, the whole galaxy is like an outpost that, like, it's not in the center of anything. It's just like you go out here, you and it's like lawless, and then So let's take a look at what was Mars actually. The Three of Swords reversed. Why was this? Three of Wands. Gosh darn it all. Looking at Mars, what did Mars represent? Mars, I think I'm gonna be crazy, but it looks like Mars. This is why we're gonna look into Venus after this. And what I'm seeing is Three of Swords, Three of Wands, financial influences, the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So what I get from this is Mars was part of a triad of groups. Mars was part of a triad. Three of Swords, it was kind of like the big predator. It's like, it was the biggest of the three. And why was this the Three of Wands? It's like, we want to go out, we want to conquer. But remember, there's also three here. It's like, it was part of a group of three. Maybe this is the Earth, Mars, and Venus. We're going to look into it. Where all three of them were actually going out, doing things, and having like an impact in the galaxy at large. Mars, it looks like, was probably the most deadly of the three, but was a part of a group of three. Yeah, they were the most deadly, where they were kind of like, not like the muscle of the group, but if there was like a war, they were that group. They were the ones that were like, they were very much a war-driven planet. Even if we're looking in astrology, like Mars is a very war-driven planet, passionate, anger. That's what it's all about. Looking up here from the financial influences with the Two of Pentacles reverse, it didn't find balance very well. It was only good at really one thing. It wasn't good with diplomacy. It wasn't, and it was either the sword or the pen or the sword, and it always pretty much chose the sword. It was not very good at using the pen to solve things. Because looking here with its hopes and fears, it wanted to be the big man on top. It wanted to be the biggest, the baddest, the top, the leader, the one that everyone went to for everything. However, the unseen obstacle, the magician, they weren't very good with their words. And when they did say something about their words, not a lot of people trusted them with that. Or people just didn't, or like other groups just found them to be kind of, they flew over everyone else's heads. It's like they almost like, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like, say I'm on Earth and then you would just see Martian spacecraft just flying over all the time. But they were like doing patrols. Like they were doing patrols of the place. When in reality, it's like, well, why are they patrolling? It should be fine, dandy. Everything should be equal and balanced, right? Right? But in reality, it's like they're just doing patrols to assert their dominance, is kind of what it felt like. Because the other challenge that they had is the Knight of Swords. They moved fast, but also they were just everywhere. They were like, we can move over here, we can move over there. They were also like a strike force as well. You didn't want to anger them, and it's almost like, yeah, they were a strike force. Also, I get that if people, like if intergalactic beings wanted to come into our galaxy, they had to get through the Mars fleet first. They had to get through them first, because it's almost like they were the protectors of everything, of all the resources in the galaxy and the such. What was going for them, though? The Four of Pentacles. They were also very willing to trade and barter and give resources away to other people. I think that's kind of what got them into a lot of trouble. Was they kind of just took things and then they also gave things away because they didn't see value in material things. They only saw value in actions. And I think that was kind of it was like a double-edged sword for them, where they were all about what can we conquer, what can we have, what can we showcase. Rather than appreciating it, they just took. And then they would just give. And there was never an equal give and take. It was always either they took everything or they all gave everything. And it was never that equal balance. They could never maintain a steady balance within their dynamic. Looking here in the past, the Lovers reverse, they also were disconnected from a lot of people. And then here in the future, the Six of Wands upright. Again, they were like the war party, in my opinion. They were just the war party within galactic enterprises and for the galaxy. And I don't think they went outside of the galaxy a lot. It feels like they stuck within the galaxy. And they were kind of like the galaxy police force, in my opinion here. That's what I'm kind of seeing. And D-Shutch. So, okay, that's what we got on Mars. I don't know how y'all are liking this so far, but this is what we got. Now we got to go to Venus, because I'm curious about Venus. Mars makes me mad. Venus, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We will see what happens with Venus, because I'm very curious. What's going on with Venus? Is Venus a good planet? Were there aliens there? Were there not? What's going on? Why does no one want to go to Venus? That's another question I've been having. So, you know how we all just want to go to Mars, right? Like Mars. And I'm like, okay, cool. Why don't we go to Venus? I have questions, y'all. I don't know if y'all have questions, but I know I do. What's going on with Venus? because it's like never talked about, even though it's still within like that golden, what is it, like that golden, I forget what it's called, but it's like the zone of life. Like, why do we never talk about it? It's super weird to me. Like, I don't know. All I know is that apparently it's acid rain. There's a lot of acid rain on the planet, so I'm like, maybe that's got to do with it. But let's see. Was there life on Venus at one point in time? So let's take a look. Nine of Cups. They had oases. It's not like the whole planet was lush and green like Mars was. They have oases, little areas and pockets where you could live, where there was lush, where there is green, where people and organisms could live. Why was this the Four of Cups? These people kept to themselves a lot, and like there are deposits of water on Venus, and those deposits of water is where things could actually live. Uh, but everything's, again, it's really isolated pockets of stuff up there, down there, because the resources there with the Three of Pentacles reversed. If you're looking at this card, it's a desert. It's like, or if you're looking at, it's not a desert, but like, look again, it's all like, it's got some patches of green, some patches of life, but then it's all dead stuff. Like, so like, was there life on Venus? Yes, but it's all in pockets. Pockets of places where life could survive and or thrive. Hopes and fears here, the Ten of Pentacles. So with Venus, it's given me the sense that like how Venus operates, I don't know if it has more of like the bipedal type of organisms. I don't think so. But it's like they have legacy. Like there's something with a legacy there where things, it's like almost like organisms can go there, they find their pockets that they can go and live in, and then they just kind of stick to their area. They stick to their zone, essentially. And I almost wonder if there's several different types of what some would call aliens on Venus, where it doesn't feel like it's just one group, where like with Earth, we know we have like what we like to call is, we classify with mammals, reptilians, birds, mammals, and the such, amphibians, where it feels like Venus has kind of like that same thing, but it's not like classifications. It would be like you have, how do I put this? So we'll put the example of humans could live on Venus. However, it's not just humans on Venus. It would have like 5 or 6 different other like intelligent life forms that also live there. It's like a planet of multiple races, essentially. Like if we're looking at it from a Star Wars perspective, it's got like 5 or 6 multiple races that live there, and they all have their own little pockets of where they live. And that's kind of what they do. They don't integrate. They do not mix and match. Everyone stays right where they're at. Everything is so isolated there. The unseen obstacle with the High Priestess reversed. It's, man, again, everything is just in a pocket. Everything is so dang isolated. So it's really hard to study. It's actually really hard to study Venus because everything is so isolated. You can't just make a generalization about the whole planet. You have to isolate the separate pockets on the planet to actually understand it, because it's like each zone has like a unique ecosystem with unique intelligent life forms there. So it's like our desert versus a rainforest versus a deciduous forest versus other things. And that's kind of what this is kind of looking like. Because the unseen obstacle here is the Emperor reversed, which is they don't also have civilizations. Or if they did have civilizations, it's really hard for them to grow and expand because of the planet itself. The planet itself is not conducive to intelligent life forms taking over large swaths of land. It's just not conducive to that because, again, there's just like an isolation to it. And it's almost like weather patterns. It's not even just weather patterns, but like weather patterns, geography, resources, lack of communications. It keeps everything so isolated that like you don't even know what's out there because you just stick to your pod or to your place because going outside of it is deadly most of the time. What's going for people? Again, the Four of Swords. Everyone's in their frickin' pocket and they stay within their zone. Here in the past, the Five of Swords, there was a lot of fighting that occurred, it does seem like, which is, it's like the strong ate the weak and the weak tried to get away with things. And they tried to climb the ladder, but the strong ate the weak and there's no weak left, it's only strong. And here in the future, the Queen of Wands, there's a lot of stuff that still hides underground or burrows itself deep. Again, it's all isolation. I can't get it out of my head. It's like, it's all isolated. The strong ate the weak and there's no weak left. So now the strong are kind of just sticking to their own places because they can't leave. It's super weird what's going on with Venus. Okay, so obviously there's life on Venus. So why doesn't Earthlings, humans focus on Venus then? Why do they not want to focus or go and try and find out these isolated pods or groups? I almost see them similar to, whatchamacallit. They're almost like traveling packs. Or like packs. Packs of people or packs of things that stay to certain regions. So let's take a look. Why doesn't Earth or humans want to go and check that all out? What's kind of the deterrent there that doesn't allow them to go check that out? So let's take a look. Why doesn't humans want to go check out, essentially, it seems like tribes of people on Venus? What's kind of the deterrent there? The Death card. There's too much. Venus is a very deadly planet. It's a harsh planet. It's deadly. You step on it, you die. There's just too many, not unknowns, there's too many deadly things there. Why is it? Because the Three of Wands reversed. It's also really, really hard to, for some reason, it's really hard to scan the surface of the planet. Because what I'm getting is the smoke is covering up the fire. The smoke covers up the dangerous stuff below. Because you can't see through it. It's like there's almost like a force field around Venus that no one can really get through to actually see where we can go, how we can land, where might there be a safe spot. Because I'm also getting, there's a ton of natural like geysers on the planet. And these geysers are very similar to like the ones in Yellowstone, where they have a lot of, it's hot, lots of steam, but also a lot of like deadly chemicals in the air. So it's like you can't breathe there. Because from a material standpoint as well, the Page of Pentacles, we also don't know what resources are there for us to conquer and or get. It's like, it's almost like it's a fool's journey. We don't know what's there, and we don't want to figure out what's there, because as soon as we step foot on the planet, we're going to die anyway, because there's so much unknown. However, the hopes and fears here is the Three of Cups, is that we could reach out and actually talk to people in these tribes that are kind of moving around. We do want to make friends there, and it's like once you make friends, you can kind of figure out where to go. However, it's damn near impossible to contact any of them, because you don't even know where they are, because you can't do anything there. What's the unseen obstacle as well as the Queen of Swords upright? I don't know what flying beasts or organisms actually live on Venus. I'm not sure. But there's something in the air. I mean, it could be just the toxic fumes and gases that we know about. But it feels like there's something in the air that patrols that does not let things get in. I don't know if this is an organism. I don't know if this is a flying bird, like what we would call a bird that's there. But there's something there that kind of patrols the atmosphere or patrols the sky that takes things down. And that's another one of the deadly things. I don't know why I'm getting like the like a pterodactyl sort of vibe here, because the other opposing energy here is the Tower reversed, which is you go there and you're just just don't go. You're going to avoid a disaster, just don't go. Because the opposing energy here is like, we just want to avoid a disaster. We don't want to go there. Like, let's not even try our luck. It's easier because on Mars we can see where we're going. Venus, we can't see jack shit. But what's going for us is the High Priestess. There is kind of like a general knowing of like a few areas where things have kind of cleared up a little bit. So we have generalized areas that we know about with the High Priestess here. It's like, we know there's stuff there. We know. However, we just can't get there. Because here in the past, we have the Five of Swords reversed, which is, I think they've tried going there before, or we've tried sending stuff there before, but it's always just been a lose-lose situation where it's something like we've tried something and then we've lost it. Every time, it almost feels like I'm getting a magical barrier. I don't know what that means. I could be wrong. But it feels like there's a magical barrier around Venus as well, where anyone that tries to really go and figure out the secrets of Venus, they're almost like, how do I put this? Blocked. You're not allowed to know certain things. We only allow certain people in. And if we do allow you in, it's like, it's because we trust you in some way. And the information that we give out is very limited. Again, I see like this magical barrier. It's like you can't send probes in. And if you try, like even on Earth, if you try doing something, or you start like thinking, oh, we should do something with Venus, it's like the whole project somehow blows up in your face. It's really, really weird. Because it almost feels like the whole planet is like cursed. I don't know why. And then here in the future, the Ten of Cups, it's just like, it's a poisoned area. It's not going to be good. It's a breaking up of people's families, homes. Like it's just not going to work. I don't think humans will ever go there. I just don't think they'll ever go there because it's a cursed planet to them. It's a legit cursed planet. In my perspective, it looks like a cursed planet. So let's take a look at what was Venus's role. How did Venus get to the way? Yeah, kind of like a sanctuary. Yeah, I could definitely see kind of like a sanctuary that could be Venus. So looking at, let's take a look here at what role did Venus kind of play in our intergalactic places, things that's going on, because I felt in the past where Mars was kind of like the big main player, and then Venus was kind of main player, and then Earth is kind of like was not seen as was seen as like a really mundane place. It's like, this is the last place that people wanted to go. So I want to know why. What's going on with Venus? What power, what things are kind of going on Venus? And I want to see if the atmosphere that's there now has always been there, and how that might have changed. So let's take a look at how has Venus maybe changed, or like kind of what caused the change for Venus, if there was one, from maybe to like this toxic planet, a toxic sanctuary planet. So what was kind of that change? What was that? Was there a change? Well, the Strength card reversed. Well, good old industry. But it doesn't feel like industry. It felt like nature took over industry. Why is this? Because of the Four of Wands reversed. People abandoned it. Venus was abandoned, in my opinion. Nature took over because we left. We abandoned our home. Why is this? Because it wasn't producing what we needed it to produce. It just couldn't be. It wasn't a sustainable planet anymore. So people left. Why is this? Because of the hopes and fears here, the Seven of Wands. We were able to go and find somewhere new. we can leave. Also, there's a sense here of like warming. Global warming seems to be kind of the main culprit for Venus. It's global warming. Venus suffered from global warming and the effects that it caused there. The unseen obstacles here is the Justice card reversed. It's people just left it to its own design. People got away with how they treated the planet, and then they kind of just up and left. The other opposing energy to this is the Page of Cups, which is like we were naive, we weren't thinking, we were dumb, we were young, we were stupid, and we ruined it. What was going for them? The Four of Pentacles, which is we went to somewhere new. We were able to pack up our homes and go to somewhere new on the new plains and new expanses. Here in the past, the Four of Cups, it's like there was beautiful places to stay. There was beautiful lakes and oceans and rivers, and it was a beautiful location where there was people could stay, and it was very serene looking. However, here in the future, the Seven of Pentacles, hard work, but it's also like what you have planted is now what will come up. If you've decided to do global warming, that's what we get. This is global warming. And people abandoned the location because it just wasn't a sustainable location anymore because they fucked it up. All right. Wonderful. I love to see it. I just love to see it so dang much. No, I don't. Okay. So let's take a look with Venus. Can Venus, the planet, be healed? Can the planet of Venus be healed? Let's take a look, shall we? Can Venus, the planet, be healed? Are we going to have another shit show like Mars? But let's take a look. Can Venus be healed? Eight of Pentacles. You are not willing to put the hard work, or your hard work will never pay off. Why is this? Because the Five of Wands, too much fighting. There was too much fighting. There was too much waste. There was too much of people just wasting things. You wasted the resources that we have because from a financial influence here, the Empress card reverse, which is also a card of Venus. The Venus, the planet, has been torn to shreds. There's no matter what hard work you put into it, it can never change back. Because the Empress card, reversed in material sense, this is also the card. It also is ruled by Venus. I would say no. You can't nurture it enough. There's not enough nurturing in the world that could heal it. Hopes and fears here. It's like maybe we can find a creative solution, a technological solution. We can maybe work with other people to do so. We can see a bigger picture somewhere. However, the unseen obstacle here is the Three of Cups. It's going to take a lot of effort. Also, it's going to take a lot of outside influence. To get Venus back to where it could be, it needs outside influence to actually do it. It cannot be done by the people on Venus or the organisms on Venus. There has to be outside help. Because the energy opposing this is the Page of Pentacles. It's just been wiped completely of resources and ways to help it. It's just been depleted so much that it just can't. It's not a sustainable planet anymore. It would need outside resources to get it back to where it needs to. Because what's going for it, though, through hard work and through consistent work and help from outside influences, it could get back to what it was, but it needs outside help or people. Because here in the past is the Six of Wands reverse. We were prideful. We were boastful. We thought we were the best thing, that we could do this. However, here in the future, the Ace of Wands. People are just burnt out, and they just cut down all their trees. They've cut down everything. There's not even... How do I put this? They never had a safety net. They never had a... There was no safety net. There was no seed vault. It's like they've lost all of their... They lost all their seedlings. They lost all of their plants. They lost everything. They need outside people or groups or organisms or things to come in to help plant things again, in my opinion. Okay. So with that, I then want to take a look at, let's take a look here at what was the role Venus played. Did they play a role on an intergalactic level at one point in time? And if so, what was it? So let's take a look at that. And we're probably going to end it there. So let's take a look at Venus and what role did it play kind of on an intergalactic level. So let's take a look-see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. What was the role of Venus on an intergalactic level? What was their role? Seven of Pentacles reversed. Why is this? The Two of Swords. So when I look at this, what role did Venus kind of play on an intergalactic level? I don't even think they got off the ground. Or let me rephrase that. Venus got to a point where they could... did they have an intergalactic presence? No. Did they have a galactic presence? Yes. However, a lot of their stuff came through trade. It feels like they were more trader and barterers, where Mars was the galactic's police force. Mars was like the traders of the world. They gave a lot of their stuff away. They gave their plants. They gave their animals. They gave their stuff. Think of it as almost like a farming. It was almost a complete like farming place. Because they could never bring themselves to actually go to war. Or they could, because it's like they always saw, it's like, oh, out there. It's like, it's from a financial influence as well. They never took care of the land. They never planted what they needed to plant it because they were always trying to compare themselves to others. Oh, gosh. So how I get this? Mars was Mars. Mars came in. They had all that power. Venus tried to keep up with them. They could never keep up with Mars. They didn't have those resources. They didn't stick to what they were good at. They kind of tried to compare themselves and plant seeds and try and keep up with Mars and what they were doing. And with the Seven of Wands here reverses, like we can never keep up. We can never defend ourselves. We can never do this. We can never do that. They never stuck to what they were good at, is what it really feels like. Because hopes and fears here is the Page of Wands. Like we're going to say one thing, but then do another. Very, very mismanaged. From a planetary wise, extremely mismanaged. But also, they were never clear on what they wanted. They were never clear on what they were. Like, they could have just kind of sat and been like this beautiful planet that galactic entities could come to and visit and see like their beautiful monuments, their beautiful natural wonders, and they would have been just fine. That's what they were really good at. They were good at the arts. They were good at like developing beauty, art, and new things. That's what their strength was. But they never did that. Instead, they always tried to be this war. They always tried to keep up with the Joneses, essentially. And it just ruined everything that they had, because instead of embracing what they were good at, they tried to be someone else. Unseen obstacles here with the Six of Cups. It's like bad memories from the past. Also, for looking here with just what that card looks like, it's like we're trying to go to a different location. We're trying to do different things, right? Seeing it reverse, it's like we're never going to go on that path. We're never going to harvest what we have. We're only going to give what we have. We never used what we actually had for ourselves. Looking over here is the opposing energy as well, the Six of Swords reversed. Again, we couldn't travel, we couldn't leave, they never could change. They could never go to what they were good at. What was going for them? It collapsed. They were ruining their own planet, so it collapsed, and that was the best thing that they could have done. It's just leave, because the whole planet's just done. Because here in the past, the Page of Swords, it's like, bring in the storms, bring in the thunder, bring in the lightning. And then here in the future, the Queen of Cups reversed, which is kind of like, well, this is the bit, the planet is being a bitch back, and it's just done. It was so done. Like, this is, if we don't get our shit together on Earth, like, we will be the next Venus. Like, global warming has to end, otherwise it will end up like Venus. You want to, excuse me, try and take all the resources of Earth and try and do it to go out and expand into the intergalactic World Wide Web, you're just going to burn yourself out like Venus did. Venus is the carbon copy of where Earth is going. I'm just seeing that. It's just what it is. And most of the people on Venus ended up being able to flee and leave. And the organisms, or the intelligent life forms that are still there, are the ones that got left behind. And they're the ones who got left behind and that could evolve, and who evolved quickly enough to withstand the harsh conditions of Venus, is what I'm kind of seeing here. And that's what I see, and that's what I got. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I know I got heated because I don't like it when people mess with planets. I just don't. But otherwise, I hoped you guys really enjoyed, and y'all were having a good time. I really enjoyed this. This was probably one of my favorite readings that I've done so far. So I hope y'all enjoyed. And let me know, how are y'all feeling about this? Because I am filming this live. So, chat, I'm looking at all y'all. How did you guys feel about everything that's going on with Venus and Mars and everything else? Because hot diggity dang, that was fun. That was really, really fun. I really enjoyed, at least. Because dang, some people are really stupid. Also, I'm now going to go back and start reading chats because, gosh darn it all, I got chats. Okay. Come on. Let's see how it's going. Okay. I got chats here. Oh, that's okay, Alma. You can go back and check on the replay. It's fine. I got just a wee bit heated at some moments. Let me tell you, Mars pisses me off. Venus, people are stupid. But then again, who isn't? But who isn't? Then again, how can I call myself an Earthling? Because you know what? We're stupid too. Because no one seems to understand taking care of your planet is like the number one thing. Me too, the realist samurai. Me too, because this is bullshit. Ugh. Such bullshit. Also, yeah, I'm going back and reading some questions here, and I want the realist samurai. I wonder where they're humans going back and forth from Earth to Mars, and then just stayed on Earth, potentially. Yeah. I potentially, I could definitely see it. It does feel like Earth and Mars are humans are not, or humans are horrible, in my opinion. Humans are horrible. Uh, oh, cool. That's kind of cool, Alma. I mean, you might be. Honestly, what I get from it is that, like, uh, Mars, Venus, and Earth are so connected. And again, I don't think humans are the first group or race on on Earth. Like, it feels like humans have just hopped from planet to planet to planet, in my opinion here. I don't know if I'm neurodivergent, but I try my best to try and, I don't know, keep things up running and just going ping, 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 ping. So we try. And it's just so interesting. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So, like, again, I do feel that humans have kind of like pinged, like from they've planet hopped, in my opinion. I feel like they've definitely planet hopped. And humans just don't learn their lesson. Mars is a very different, I'm not sure what's going on with Mars. Mars is so... Mars, I think, had humans at one point in time. But here's the thing. I don't think every planet just has one race that's on the planet. Uh, I think there's more than one race on each planet, or at least was on at least more than one, in my opinion. I'm just seeing that. Yeah. Yeah. Also, Armando, I'm going to look at that because I wonder how 40, 5D, 60, and 70 dimensional beings feel about aliens from Mars and Venus. I want to know that. I want to know that. I'm curious. We're going to do it. We're going to freaking do it. We're going to grab out a different deck and we're going to take a look at it cuz I'm curious now. So, let's take a look. Okay. So we're going to do 40, 5D, 60, and 70 and we're going to look at the dimensional beings and feel like how do they feel about Mars? How do they feel about Venus? I am so curious. I didn't even think about that, and now I want to. So thank you. All right, let's take a look. I'm so curious. Okay, so we're gonna look at 4D beings. How do 4D beings see Mars? Beings of Mars. So so they are playing small, lack of planning, lack of foresight, unexpected delays, obstacles for long-term goals. They see them as being unable to plan. They're stupid. How do they see the beings on Venus? They're like, y'all just need to walk away from that planet. Like, just get away. Just leave. It's just not worth it. Okay, then let's take a look at our 5D creatures. How do they see Mars? It's like, y'all brought this upon yourselves. It's stormy times. You're suffering. You are just avoiding disaster. You're also just averting changing things all around you. You're just avoiding from doing the damn thing. Okay, how do they feel about Venus? They're just like, oh my goodness, delays, frustrations. They're kind of mad that Venus is kind of just stayed kind of stuck where they're at. Where it's like, I think they're also mad about how Venus was treated and what ended up happening there. Looking at our 6D beings for Mars, they feel overactive, imagination. They're jealous, or they see them as jealous. I think they just see people on Mars as being just dumb, being dumb. They're like, you said one thing, you did another. You've tried to put offers out there. You just don't put things out there like you should. Looking at how they feel about Venus, they're like, you ruined a beautiful thing. You ruined a beautiful location. And there's also a jealousy aspect here for Mars and Venus where it's like you ruined something that was gorgeous. You have something that you can taste, touch, hear, smell. Why are you not doing something about this for our 6D beings? They're very frustrated, it feels like, with them as well. Okay, and then let's look at our 7D beings. How do the 7D beings feel about Mars? Fear, anxiety, illusion, mystery, dreams. This is also like, we know the secrets that you don't. Our 7D beings here feels like, I know about the secrets that you hold, and you know what? They will be illuminated. How you can look at things, how you can change things. You have that power, and you can reveal those secrets on how to change it. How do they feel about Venus? It's like, whatever, how they feel about Venus is they're worried. They're just worried, worried, worried. It's almost like Venus is a ticking time bomb. Again, people are just like, you need to leave Venus. Venus is a ticking time bomb. I mean, yeah, we can look at 8D. We can look at 8D too. Why the heck not? We're going down. Let's check out if there is 8D stuff with Mars. So they see Mars as just being hypocrites in what they've done, what they've said, what they thought they could do. And then as we're looking here at Venus, they're like, Venus screwed themselves over as well. Yeah, it's the devil card. It's the devil. It's like Venus was its own. People took. they were their own detriment, poison, addiction that they had. So that's what I'm kind of seeing for them. Like, looking at it from a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8D beings. It seems pretty across the board. Everyone's so mad what happened with Venus, and everyone just sees Mars as stupid. But yeah, we can look into. We could look. Let's just keep it at the 8 stuff right now, and then let's take a look here. Alma has. We can answer the question: does Earth humans have past lives in Mars and Venus? Yeah, we can look at that. Let's take a look. I'm assuming so. So let's take a look. See here. Do people on Earth actually have past lives from Mars and Venus? Let's take a look, because I'm curious. Let's take a look. So this is going to be past lives for Mars and past lives for Venus. So past lives for Mars. You take a rest from Mars. If there were past lives on Mars, do I think people had past lives on Mars? Yes. But however, it's been generations or almost millennia since there's been a crossover. So people who live on Mars or people who live on Mars currently are probably people who lived on Mars when it went for a downfall. Because what I get is you have to pay the price. You were a part of that. It's almost like you know how everyone calls like the Earth a prison planet? I don't know if you've heard that terminology. But it feels like Earth, I don't know if it's a prison planet. Compared to Mars, it is not a prison planet. Mars is a prison planet where if you were there, you have spent millennia there. And if you have somehow gotten out of, if you've had a past life at Mars or on Mars, it was probably millennia ago. Because it takes a lot to, how do I put this? So when it comes to soul, it's not even soul. How do I explain this? It's not like the people of Mars were cursed, but because of the damage done, because of what was done to the planet, each planet has an energy and a life of its own. And it feels like the energy and the life of Mars kept the souls that were there that caused their issues, or didn't do a damn thing to change them. And so when that happened, the souls who haven't repented or haven't done anything to change anything stay until they learn how to. If there are people who have had past lives on Mars, they are few and far in between. I would say if I'm looking at a whole planet, there's maybe been 5 that have been able to leave in the last millennia from Mars. That's what I get. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. Whatever. But it is very few and very far in between people who have recently left Mars, because no one has changed anything or tried to change anything that has gone on that planet, in my opinion, for past lives. If you have, though, it's from millennia ago, and it's a very, very different climate than what it is now. Just saying. Also, if you've been able to be let go by Mars, I want to meet you, because that means you have spunk, they're a fighter, and they're warriors, and it's a warrior for good. It's the warrior for progressing things. It's a warrior type of energy. If you've been released by Mars, you are out to be a warrior for other planets, for change and bringing about change on other planets. That's what I'm seeing. I would love to meet someone from there who's been able to leave within the last millennia. Is kind of what I'm seeing. I would love to. Whoever gets let go from them, I would love to meet them and see how they've done it, and just what that aura is. Oh, man, that's what I'm kind of seeing there. And then looking at Venus here. Venus past lives. Are there things from Venus past lives here on Earth? The Hermit. King of Cups. So things are very isolated there. So when I'm looking at past lives on Venus, a lot of it is you didn't have a past life on Venus. So you could have a past life on Venus. However, here's the thing. You're not going to say that you were from Venus. What I see here is that if you've had a past life on Venus, like, you probably left and you went somewhere else, not in this galaxy. You would probably still have a past life from Earth, or you'd have a past life from Earth. Venus went downhill a long time ago. So like, I would say it went down long before Mars did. So like, if you have a past life from Venus, like, I would be kind of shocked that you remember it, because it feels like you've had to be an extremely old soul. Like, I mean, when I mean extremely, like, you are a very, very, very old soul if you had a past life on Venus. Because that planet has went through, it feels like, a ton of stuff going on. It went through its paces, people left, da-da-da-da-da-da. But, like, that's a very, very, very old soul. That would be another person I would probably love to meet if you've had a past life on Venus, because it feels to me like very old soul that's seen a lot of things, had a lot of different lives on a lot of different planets, and has a calm wisdom to them that has been built up over not just even like what's beyond millennia. Because like you know how you have the Cretaceous period and all of those kind of falling like that we see, right? Like they like Venus people are like way back when dinosaurs kind of were. Like you had like you were like if you had a past life as a dinosaur, you might have had a past life on Venus. Just saying, in my opinion, is what I see when it comes to these type of past lives. So that's what I'm kind of seeing. That's what I'm kind of seeing here when it comes to past lives. In my opinion. So again, maybe a different reader has a different opinion or a different take on it, but that's what I'm seeing. Venus, people who've had past lives on Venus are extremely old souls, many of whomst I believe have probably, and this is just a personal thing that I'm kind of seeing, is if you've had a past life on Venus, you're an extremely old soul, very wise, and a lot of the people who did have past lives on Venus have probably come to the completion of their soul journey, and many of them have probably melded back in with the universe, is kind of what I see. There's not many of them around left yet. There's a few who are like major sages, but that's what I'm kind of seeing here, in my opinion. So I hope y'all have been enjoying this so far. I've been having a great time. So yeah. So, what other questions do we got? So, are we going to lose our bees and our polar bears? Things been I mean, probably. I mean, we're going through another death of the planet. The planet goes through evolutionary cycles. Do I think the one that we're going through is an evolutionary cycle right now? No, but it's like we're on an accelerated timeline because of humans being stupid. But alas, when aren't humans stupid? Also, maybe the Mars reincarnated people are the people who made history on Earth. Yeah, I would completely 100% believe that. Like people who made major strides on Earth as a total, I do believe probably have come from Mars. Because again, to be released by the planet of Mars, you need to have done major feats of which that can be repeated on other planets for the planetary good. Yeah. Ooh, I could do that where we could look into, maybe we'll do a night where we can look at 40, 5D, 60, 70, 80, and 90 beings. I mean, we can look at that and kind of look at what does each one maybe look at, which is each one's like kind of specialty and stuff. I think that would be really cool. And look at, okay, so sure we can maybe see or not see them, but like what are their kind of like, what are their functions? I think that would be really cool to kind of see what are their functions, what are things that we could see, and the such with each one of them. And the real samurai, what could you explain? Like, what can we get a tarot? What can we get maybe a tarot on that someday? I'm not sure which one, But yeah, I'm just super. This was super fun. I hope y'all had a ton of fun with me. This is probably one of my favorite readings I've ever done. As we kind of just went through and we looked at a bunch of different stuff. Uh, I was also really like looking at the past life stuff. That was something I've never had, that like I've never thought of kind of looking at, and just seeing Mars. Man, Mars does not let people go, but man, if you are, oh, I want to meet one so bad. And then the Venus people too. I want to meet someone there as well because that feels awesome as well. Oh yeah, the bees. Yeah, I could definitely look at the bees and the polar bears one day. Looking at that. Actually, you know what? I don't think I can because I think I would get too mad, to be 100% honest. I don't think we need raging me because that's no fun for anyone. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of seeing. So are there any other questions y'all want to be looking at tonight? Otherwise, I got some videos to upload, and otherwise, I'm going to be planning another live stream for the end of next month. So I'm trying to do I'm trying to do a live stream once a month for members, and then a live stream once a month for our public people. So yeah, we might be looking. Yeah, we could. And I'm thinking we're going to be looking at dimensional beings, and looking at how they're feeling about other beings, how we're looking at it, how do they feel about humans, what are ways that we can maybe connect with them more. I think that would be super cool, and I think a lot of people might like that. So thank you, Armando, for the suggestion. I think that's beautiful. And I'm going to go put that on my list of things for next month so y'all can be ready for it. Also, I just wanted to ask how y'all are thinking. Do you guys like these themed kind of live streams where we kind of have like a theme to everything? And then it's like we have a pretty direct, like, oh, this is what we're doing tonight? Or would you guys like, oh, I'm not 100%, but we could, we could look at that too. Do you think we get energy from horror films? Oh, thank you, Bratty Becca, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, I'm also because I'm thinking we can do dimensional beings, and then also, do you guys like these? Again, I'm trying to go. Do you guys like the more uh the themed live streams, or would you guys also be interested in maybe doing like a celebrity one where it's like, hey, people come in like with suggestions, and then we just do like random readings one night? I don't know if y'all would be interested in that, or if you guys kind of like more of these themed ones where I'm like, okay, we're gonna pick a topic, and then that topic is what we're gonna be talking about tonight. So like I've done like the Rocky Mountains. We did one. Um, do you think we could ever go to Pluto? We want to go to a flight. We want to go to a cold space rock in the middle of space. I'm not sure if we would. It could be. We could go to Pluto. Okay, why do we want to go to Pluto though? Like, what could possibly be on Pluto? Because like I'm kind of curious, but at the same time I'm like, it's Pluto. Like, what could we find there? So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm writing down a few of these suggestions that you guys are all giving me, and yeah. Brady Becca, come on now. What could we possibly learn on the lovely, lovely Pluto? Because it's Pluto. I mean, if we want to go see the dog Pluto from like Mickey Mouse, like I'm all down. But like, I mean, if you want to go see the Roman god Pluto, that's a completely different story. Also, according to NASA, Pluto isn't the planet. So and I'm writing suggestions down. So, okay. So, we have dimensional beings. Dimensional beings. And then we also have horror film, like energy from film. I could definitely look into that. And see if there's like certain films, like horror in particular. Like, I would be really curious about that. Hey, Pluto is a wonderful dog. Also, and no, the planet Pluto. Okay, but why don't we go to, oh, what's it called? Is it like Planet X, which is right next to Pluto? It's a bigger space rock. It's a bigger space rock, Becca. It's a bigger space rock. Like, come on. Bigger space rock or smaller space rock? One's called Planet X. Like, I know. Cool. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like looking at like horror films. Like we could be looking at like some of the older horror films too. Like I was thinking whatchamacalls it? What's it called? Rosemary's Baby is one of them that I've really wanted to look into. Uh because that one's apparently got some weird stuff going on. Like I'm trying to like think of like different Yes, I know. Oh yeah, the energy for films. I know I'm going to do Rosemary's Babies at one point, but yes, I'm also going to put down the siblings tarot. We might actually do a whole. We might do a night where we could do siblings, where it's siblings siblings in Hollywood, where we could look at the different families or different siblings that are in Hollywood, and we can look at their dynamic. We can look at what Hollywood, how, and like what's going on there. So yeah, okay, yes, we can look at Poltergeist. We can probably look at oh, what's the other one? The Conjuring. We can look at that one. I'm actually really curious about the Babadook. I'm just writing stuff down because what? I don't know why they keep remaking The Exorcist, but I'm just writing down like, okay, so what is like the energy from like these horror films, and like how, like, was there like an energy transfer of stuff? Yeah, that's really cool too. I'm gonna write that down. I'm just writing stuff down because like these are great questions, and like, so I mean, this is our brainstorming session tonight. It's good times, right? Okay, so dimensional beings is like, how do they ascend? How do they ascend? Cause like, yeah, I know at one point too. This is a video idea that I have that I really want to do. Is I do want to do a video on the Akashic records, and I want to see what that is all about. Cause that sounds super cool. And Jeepers, okay, Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, we can do that. Also, I'm not watching any of these movies, so don't ask me to do so. If I'm doing it, I'm going to be asking my one friend who is like horror obsessed. And I'm like, okay, I need to watch all these films for upcoming readings. We're going to watch these together, right? Right? And like, she's got like the whole jump scare list. So it's like, we know when the jump scares are coming. Yeah, so for me, I've actually, yeah, I do cleanses. I take a shower. I go for a walk, or sometimes I exercise a lot when it comes to like the cards and everything. With the energy tonight, it actually doesn't feel that bad. There are some nights like when there are some energies that I just can't like I'm like, no, we're not doing this. This is alien stuff, which is like, I'm actually really okay. Like this type of energy, like I vibe in this energy. Like this is like my go-to shit. I love it. I always seem to vibe really, really well with it. It's stuff I understand. Messages always come through really, really clearly as well. Oh my gosh, Brownie Becca, please, you will watch them all for me. No, we do not need nightmares going out. We will put a list together, and I'll be like, okay, y'all. And maybe that'll be like, I don't know. We'll do something fun. We'll see. Oh, okay. So when it comes to tarot as well, and like, oh, I don't want to see my dead grandpa walking around. Like, when it comes to doing tarot and like ascension and doing all this stuff, I would really just want, if you're looking to get into spirituality and like kind of put yourself into spiritual stuff, and one, you have to like acknowledge that yes, I am a spiritual person. That's like the first thing you need to do. Don't do what I did and do it like, wait, all my friends are doing this cool spiritual shit. This is kind of cool. okay, I'll talk to you about it, but I wasn't doing anything myself. And then I got yelled at. And it's like, either you're in or you're out. You cannot put one foot in of the non-believer and of the believer. And I'm like, well, shit. Well, I kind of believe it, so I might as well do it. So again, if we're going to do spirituality, just say, hey, I am a spiritual person, and kind of just start from there. And then, like, what I would actually suggest if you're looking to, and okay, we have nightmares from other things, Bratty Becca. I have nightmares from other things. Well, how about this? Let's we can work on maybe not adding to the horror, please and thank you, but going back to this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna add that to, and do, how do we descend as well? Yes, I will look at that. Descending. I know it feels like I am going all over the place. I'm just trying to answer everyone. Okay. Also, like, should we do those cleanses too when watching these types of readings? If you feel called to, I definitely would. If you're like, oh my gosh, this sucked, I don't know. Like, there are certain readings that I probably should put disclaimers on. Like, is Beyonce a witch reading? You should, here's my first and one rule for that reading. One, cleanse yourself before and after, and don't read on those entities. Please and thank you, without consulting your team of people. Please and thank you. Please don't do that. I repeat, please don't do that. Please. Okay, and for Bratty Becca, quick question on your belief. When you start tarot, do you have to be gifted tarot cards? In my opinion, no. I bought my own. I bought my own oracle deck. I bought my own tarot cards. I bought everything on my own. And I haven't been struck down yet. Uh, as I like to say. But here's the thing. I never see myself, like, I never see cards as, cards are the tool. I am the channel. So so like uh so yeah, when it comes to the tarot cards thing, also if you're looking for a really good reading, or like a good video, I've actually put together, let me go grab, I have a video actually I did on a second channel where I actually went through of like, hey, when you're first getting tarot cards, here's like a cool video that you can kind of go through. I'm gonna grab that really quick and send that to you if y'all are interested, because it was a good video. I really enjoyed making it. I thought it was helpful to people if you would like. So let me grab it and I'll put it in chat. Says, oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, with Bratty Becca, I completely understand your point. Like, yeah, it's like, hey, if I don't connect with it, I don't connect with it. Yeah, completely understand that. Come on, phone, just keep just changes. Deba. Yeah. This is where I'm at. I'm so sorry. Let me put this into chat. So if y'all are looking for like a tarot card, like kind of best to dos and stuff, uh, there's a video that I kind of put together around it. And then and then looking at a couple other things. I'm trying to go through everything. Hey, also thank you. I try and do my hour-long readings. I try not to do as many. I got some shorter ones coming up, but you know what? We'll do a deep dive tarot video coming up here soon. And then Armando, yes, I probably will have to get permission to read the higher beings and get specific information about them. Yeah, and then you have 30 decks, man. I thought I had a lot at like 15. I'm not that bad. Then again, I haven't counted my oracle decks. So shh. And then for my plans for the weekend, I'm working. I'm doing a lot of work. I'm working again. I have a lot of work coming up. Cause what's this weekend? What's this weekend? I don't know. Let me look at my calendar. Cause I don't. So I work tomorrow, and then I think I have like 5 or 6 different things tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? No, I just have to remind one of my friends that she needs to learn Italian. That's what I do. I remind my friends different things, and I have a couple things for. So I have a different job that I do, and so I help actually keep people organized, and then so I help people keep organized. So this is like helping college kids like kind of keep organized. I work with specifically with students or individuals who might suffer with ADHD, or who kind of like not suffer but have challenges with it when it comes to keeping themselves organized, object permanence, and just helping them just be an accountability buddy. So I'm actually really excited to do that. So I have to do some stuff for that this weekend. And then I also help people run their own businesses. So if anyone's like looking to start their own business, I have like a ton of experience in that. So I actually do. So I'm going to be working with one of my good friends who's going through some branding for their business right now. And then I have so much experience in like 3 or 4 different website, like how to build websites. I've done, yeah, website scheduling, keeping organized, starting your business. What do you need? What are common practices? I also got to do my taxes this weekend and keep up to date with some of that stuff as well. So that's kind of what my plans are this weekend. And then I got to get ready for Super Bowl because I'm hosting an actual Super Bowl party with some friends because I like sports. So that's kind of a little bit about me. Yachting? Oh gosh. High School Musical days yachting. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. No, you're fine to reel a samurai. I am I don't know, this last 2024 was like the year of like all of my friends just up and went poof. So I get you. I get you so much. Yeah, my friends all went up and went poof. And then looking at for meditation for dimensional beings. So I haven't actually worked with dimensional beings all that much, Armando. When I do meditate, yeah, I don't know. I got some weird meditations, man. It's some weird ass shit. I'm like, what is going on? Like sometimes we're flying, other times we're diving into a pool. Like, I don't know. We just take it day by day, and it's like just whoever wants to talk will talk. I found, uh, and like there's always so many different beings and everything in between. As of late, I haven't had a lot of like personal stuff as of late. A lot of it has just been more reading specific, but that's because I've been doing a ton of readings for like for other groups of people. So, yeah. Hey, Insta is fine. I don't use Instagram. I keep up with my parents. I keep up with my actually no, Facebook is for my parents and family. My other peeps are I have a couple Discord friends that I'm actually really close with. People on Discord, and then people from college, and then like 1 or 2 people, and like my a couple people that I see like maybe once or twice a week. So yeah. You need stunted by a cult. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Also, you're not going to blame the Planet X. Just say, I'm going to not blame Planet X either. It's just bigger than Pluto. And you know what? I mean, Planet X sounds pretty damn cool. As long as Elon Musk decides that he doesn't want to rename Planet X to something really weird, we're good. Um, Yes, and I love Discord too. I'm not on it as much as I probably should. Also, I'm really into Magic the Gathering, which I haven't done in a while, and so I'm actually probably gonna start meeting up with some friends again to my peeps, which is why I have the most wonderful thing called a Magic the Gathering Oracle deck made out of like 1 cent cards. There might be a 50-cent card. I don't care. I really, really don't care. Uh, Oh my, okay. Also, the realist samurai, I want to just say, uh, I've been wanting to do a Jehovah's Witness reading for a while, and at the same time, I'm like, I don't want Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on my door. But I have been wanting to do a Jehovah's Witness reading for a while, because like, and I've been wanting to do an LDS one as well, because I forget who it was, but there was someone in one of my comment sections that says like, you should look into them, because there's a group. I think or maybe it was the Mormons. It was one of them that's like really into eugenics, and I'm like, I wonder why you're so into eugenics over there. Shall we see why? So, oh my gosh. Also, thanks, Bratty Becca. I try to be entertaining for the most part. I try to have some fun and the such. So, and I know I'm maybe not the most sarcastic. I know I might not be the most entertaining person in the world, but I do try. I try. What the heck? Don't worry about it. I got you. Again, I've been trying. Okay, legitimately, what was it? Like a week ago, I think? I think it was like a week ago. I was like, Jehovah's Witnesses conspiracy theories. And I'm like, Reddit. And I'm like, this is, this feels weird. Jehovah's Witnesses, Reddit, conspiracy theories. And there was nothing. My mind was blown. I'm like, you can't tell me that we don't have Reddit theories about the Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm like, come on now. Like, we need to kind of like pick up the pace here. Let's kind of understand what's going on, because I'm like, Jehovah's Witnesses, they gotta have something. I mean, we got the Mormons, we got the LDS, we got the Jehovah's Witnesses. I just did, if you haven't gone and seen my Scientology reading, that was freaking weird. I should also do Kris Jenner's church at one point, because apparently she's a pastor as well, which is really freaking weird. So I'm like, Kris, what are you preaching to the choir about? Or what are you preaching your daughters or your son-in-laws? Like, come on now. Like, I get it. The church is like, you can get money and it's not taxed. But at the same time, I'm like, really? The well, yeah, I knew about I think I knew about the CSA. The Freemason leader who started it all, that I didn't know. So Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm gonna add our Mormons, because why not? /LDS. And then there was another one that I do want to do. I know, right? Right? Kris Jenner. Okay, I call me too. And then frickety frick frack. What's this last one that I was gonna? The Amish. I do want to do a reading on the Amish, more specifically the whatchamacalls it, the community out in, oh gosh, what's it called? It's in Pennsylvania. I'm gonna look this up. I've done a reading on Kris, and I absolutely hate, when I mean hate, Corey Gamble. I do not like Corey Gamble. I did an entire research on that man. Let me tell you, he is connected to all the players in oh gosh, do I have it? Is it in this notebook that I have right here? Let me see really quick. Is it in this one? Hold on. Oh, I found it, y'all. I have an entire. So when I say Corey Gamble, I have never done one on Nara Smith. I've heard about her. I've never done anything with them. Bratty Becca. I'm gonna, if y'all are okay with this, I need to let some of this information I've found out about Corey Gamble. It just blows my freaking mind. So let me tell you about the Corey Gamble timeline. So, and for anyone who has watched the Karmic DF and her reading on Corey Gamble, I would just like to say, I think I found the freaking evidence that might, I don't know, connect parts of what she was saying in her reading. Just saying. Especially about the Britney stuff. Just letting you know. Capiche, capiche. Okay. So, we're just going to start with Corey here. Because I have so many questions about this man. So, one, he doesn't have a LinkedIn. Two, before he was in... here's the really weird thing. I had to go look up his timeline. And his timeline is really fucking weird. So, when I say weird, I mean weird, and more weird. So, for Mr... Oh gosh, where is it? I know I have it in here. So, Corey Gamble. He graduated he graduated college. So his birthday's in 1980. Okay? Yeah. So he was born in 1980. November 10th, 1980 is his birthday. He got his BA in business. Mind you, graduated with his business, his bachelor's in business in 1999. He graduated when he was 19. I don't know many people who graduated with their bachelor's at the age of 19. Just letting you know. And then after that, he actually was with Scooter Braun. He became so after that he was just that's when he moved to Atlanta. Or no, he's originally from Atlanta and then he moved. Or he was in Atlanta for a really long time. And then he got his ex-wife, was 9 years older. Her name was Cherie Buchanan. And she had to get a protection order from him after they split. So, I'm also looking here, and so like after that, I found out that apparently Scooter Braun in 2003 so he was the director of marketing for So Def Records, and he was in charge of all the parties for 2003 NBA All-Stars game and for Britney Spears after parties in 2004. Scooter Braun and Corey Gamble go way back, in my opinion. Because remember, Corey Gamble was, I have him with pictures he was Justin's manager at 2009 at the earliest is when I can place those two together in pictures. Mind you, this is all super fucking weird. And like, I don't know how long he's been in. He's like a really, really weird person. And then he started dating Chris in 2014 after Justin Bieber pretty much started going down. What the heck? The realest Samurai, you didn't need to do that. But I thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, are there like samurai like I'm gonna find like we can put like I don't know, I'm gonna put all the love in the chat because thank you. That was super kind and I appreciate you. So yeah, I've just been going through this timeline. Yeah, I'm just going through this timeline of it. And so it's all coming back to Atlanta. And so he's just so weird. He's just so freaking weird. Because after he got done, I'm thinking that Corey Gamble was a part of So Def Records, apparently. He doesn't have a LinkedIn, so I haven't been able to find anything about him. He doesn't have a LinkedIn. He doesn't have any like presence or anything online. And then the other part of this is, so he's been pictured with people like Lil Baby. And so like, do you remember the Not Like Us music video or like the Not Like Us song where Kendrick Lamar legitimately name drops Lil Baby for Drake? And I'm like, what is going on? And like, it was just one hit after another. I'm like, what is Kendrick talking about? What the heck is going on in Atlanta? with Drake and Lil Baby and Corey Gamble, Scooter Braun, and everything in between. It seems like there's a giant, which is why I did that reading on Atlanta, because Atlanta's weird AF. I don't know why, but Corey is so ingrained within Hollywood, and he's just with everyone. And if you guys remember, Kim Porter, do you know who one of the first people on the scene of Kim Porter's crime scene was? Corey Gamble. I don't understand who this guy is. He is just what the heck is going on with this man? He's just driving as like, I don't understand who he is. Cause timeline to, again, 1980, he's born. 1999, at the age of 19, he graduates college. After that, the next time that we can kind of place him anywhere concretely is in 2009 as Justin Bieber's manager, who he's then partnered with Scooter Braun and Usher and Diddy, who were all in that little group, a circle, right? So after that, then I'm able to place him. After that, I can place him. 2014 is when he started dating Kris Jenner, when they met in Spain. And then after that, the 2014 stuff, him and Justin. Okay, before 20, and then here, and then like, so I have that, and then also here's another thing. When I checked on Google for all this stuff, when I was checking on Google for news on Justin Bieber and seeing if Corey Gamble's name was like mentioned anywhere before 2014, I can't find a single news search about Corey Gamble in anything. I can only find him after 2014 once he got with Kris Jenner. I can find pictures of him, but I can't find news articles or anywhere where his name was. And I used Bing, I used Google, I used a couple different search engines, and I couldn't find anything. His history has been, it seems like news articles and stuff about him have been scrubbed from certain search engines. In my opinion. I don't know, just thought I would share this cool, interesting information that I've just been kind of chilling like a villain with. However, looking at his connections with Scooter Braun and Scooter Braun's connections with NBA players and with Britney Spears, and how there are some people who have been figuring, like, who have picked up, like, what's the connection between between Corey and Britney? Well, I think I found it, and it's Scooter Braun. So, just my opinion. So, yeah. That's what I got. So, I don't know. Does anyone else have ideas? I don't know. I just put out my whole timeline of this man, and he scares the living shit out of me. But at the same time, I'm just like, bruh, your timeline's weird, and I don't know who you are, what you stand for, and the such, but it's weird. Oh, yes. And Emily Grace completely understand Hollywood in general. It's just, yeah, it is. It's just freaking weird all over the place. It's super freaking weird. And I'm going back to all the other things. Oh, goodness. And yes, I do like, I really like Ant. If he does a reading and I'm like, I haven't done his reading, I'm like, okay, I'm just probably not going to do it, or I'm not going to watch it until I do it. Otherwise, for Karmic, I haven't watched any of her stuff as of late. So that's what's kind of been going on there. Otherwise, that's what I've kind of got. Otherwise, does anyone else have anything else that they wanted to discuss or think about tonight? Otherwise, I'm probably going to head her off. It's been a long day. I've been up since like 2 a.m. because my body's like, you need to get up. And I'm like, but please. And they're like, no. And I'm like, ah. So that's what I kind of have going on right now. So otherwise, thank you all again so much for kind of joining me tonight. I had a ton of fun. That's awesome. Congratulations to Valkyrie. I know I saw her. The latest thing I had seen about her was so Twitch Rivals had done a what is it? A Marvel's Rivals tournament, or like the Marvel's tournament. And I had seen Coney had a video about how his team with Doki Bird like placed first, and how she was calling out Twitch rivals for the essentially bad management of their event. But congrats to her on getting in those animation movies. So good for her. I hope she does really, really well. So yeah, I'm super excited to kind of see all the different people, places, and or things. So yeah, I'm super excited. I hope y'all are excited. And guys, keep a check out on my community tab on Saturday. I got a special surprise coming out for all of y'all if you're interested. And then yeah, if y'all are interested, I got a special surprise coming out on Saturday, which I'm really, really excited to showcase and have this be an available feature for not just members, but for everyone in the community. So I'm really excited to showcase that all for you. And yeah, so thank you all again so much for joining me tonight. I hope you all had a great time. I know I did. And I will see you guys in other videos and the next live stream. So bye all.